I had to get some new tires for the Gangsta Burb because, well, the drop I put on it, it rubs just enough in the back here. See a clean spot? Did I hear it when I'm turning? Now these are some 265 60 20s, which is about 32.5 inches tall by 10.4 on a 20 by 9 inch rim. You know, don't have any rooms with rubbing in the back, but the tire I'm going with is a 285/50. Now that equivalates to 31.2 instead of 32.5, but going from a 265 at 10.4 inches wide to 11.2 inches wide. So I went from 32.5 by 10.4 to 31.2 by 11.2. So we're a little wider and a little shorter and a little tougher with this tread. I'm excited. I didn't want to put a mud tire on it, but this is nice and smooth. It's not really chunky. And they got snakes on the side. That's gonna look so cool. So we'll go ahead and dismount the Bridgestones. Nice quiet tire. Didn't really want to get rid of them. I like the gear ratio. It made my 373 equivalent to something like a 344. Yeah, 344. These will make them like 356s. According to the stock computer to get the speedometer correct. What it did was bring my RPMs down by giving it more gear by going with the taller tire. The big block loved it. I was getting 17, 18 on the interstate, believe it or not. And I average about 13.5 around town. So I shouldn't see a huge difference by going to the shorter tire around town. I might drop a mile per gallon on the interstate. I really don't go a whole distance on the interstate with this truck as of right now. It's basically my biggest interstate is like a rip to Florida to go to the beach and cruising the coast, scraping the coast. So let's go ahead and dismount these Bridgestones, put on the Radar AT. What are they? Radar AT Pro. So bye-bye Bridgestone ATs. Hello Radar AT Pros. Man, them things, I don't think they're gonna make any noise at all. They just look really aggressive. So that's gonna look cool. And the truck's four-wheel drive still. I can't lower it anymore. It's not going any lower than this. I'd have to cut the frame. And I got about 2.5 inches and 2 inches. So I got a 1/2 inch rake to the front, and that's just gonna make it look like a giant rally car. And it's kind of like what I wanted to do with it when the first day I saw it. I'm like, man, it's full drive, big block, plenty of power. It's 373 gears, and let's drop it down and make a giant rally car out of it. So yeah, without the you know, the whole Van Halen light kit on the front. But there we go. Let's do it. Make it happen. Since the RCSB is still on the lift and I haven't had a chance to put all the parts on it, I'm going old school, trying to use the jack. Excuse my air compressor. If you notice in the back on the trailer, I got a new bed for the RCSB project. The guy that had it before me did construction, and a gallon of uric acid had spilled and ate the metal in between the bed where it meets the back of the cab. And I don't feel like repairing all that, so I went and picked up another bed for it, and I'll be swapping that out and doing some shock absorber relocation on it. If y'all are new and don't know, this is a 3/4 ton Suburban. It's an 8 lug. Might look like a 1500, but no, it's the big boy, 8.1 4x4. I wanted a good tow truck. So these tires don't have any wear on them at all. They're just too big. I wanted big at first, then I lowered it, and 32.5 inches rubs. So I'm going back with 31.2 inches, 31.25, I guess. And they have a happy home coming to them tomorrow. They are already sold. So it's the afternoon. I was doing an intake manifold on a 65 Mustang. The guy wanted to put an RPM air gap on it with a brawler carb. So did that this morning. Tires showed up just about the time I had to get my kid out of school. So we're going to go ahead and pull the core. There's a lot of air in that tire. Let me get this close to my machine. Kind of set the spoon to where it won't gouge my rim. Flip it, do it again. The motor and G's pop off nice and easy. Not a how-to video, I got plenty of those. But I'm gonna grab the inside of the lip with the inside of the tongue because I don't want the teeth to mar up into my aluminum here. This machine will go to 22s. All right, nice and loose. All right. Got my gazillion of bubbles ready to go. Pull my arm over. Set my brakes so it doesn't mess my wheel up. Get it up over itself and give it a spin. I don't have tire sensors to worry about. That is awesome. Yes. The easy way. Let it rotate. That's already set, so I'm gonna leave it set. And these are already sold. They're like brand new. I must have put 10,000, maybe 6,000 miles on it, somewhere in there. One oil change of synthetic. The all down at the bottom. Bring it up to the top. All right, here's the new hotness. This is some Renegade 8T Pro. The mud up my tire. Brand new. And these are some 20x9s. A little lighter than the Bridgestones. They're not as big in diameter though. So this is not WD-40 this time. This is a gazillion bubbles. And yes, this is a house paint roller. And guess what? I didn't have to buy it again, and it works awesome. Yellow mark marks where the valve stem is. Red dot marks where the heaviest part of the tire is. Matching my valve stem. Bring my arm over here. If you don't have a tire machine at your house, I highly recommend it. It's pretty awesome. You can just change tires whenever you want. Come on, big tire. You gotta get it underneath this ball up here. Yep. Pull that on. A pop. Because it's outdoors, feel a little rust in it. Try oiling it. You don't want to oil it. You'll never get it up. No pun intended. Come on. There we go. Gotta learn how to work with it, you know? So, undo your clamp. And then I'm gonna spin this tire to fit where it belongs. That already fits better. Should have put the valve stem at this yellow dot. Grab this and man up, pull it around. Yeah, I wasn't gonna do that. Freak. All right. Perfect. Check it out. Got your dot lined up right with your valve stem. Balance is better that way. So let's air it up now. So now I'm gonna release my tongue. The beads ought to set pretty easy with this one. So the bottom already set. The back always sets easy. But the top, I'm gonna put a little extra soap. I got it all pushed down. Yeah. And let's see if I can get it to pop on this time. Round 2. See if a little extra slip will get it. Be right here, away from me. About 20. Don't do this at home, kids. It's 10-ply tire. See if I see any bubbles. It's so close, it's like right there. These wheels always do this to me. I think it's the clear coat on them makes them grab the rubber really good. Because even when I brought them to a tire shop the first time I got them, they didn't really mount all that well. Come on, pop. Oh, there's a bubble. Right there. It's trying. Pow! That's what I'm talking about. All right, so we are good. Let's air it up to 70 because it's a 3/4 ton truck with the HD front cap swap. Ugh. And yeah, put the HD front end on it. I put 2-inch drop spindles, lowered down the torsion bars. Boom. Okay. Second bead. Wasn't expecting that. It's on now. So, yeah, what was that? I did an axle flip on the rear. Then I had to adjust the rear hanger with a drop spindle. It's complicated. I'll put it up on a rack and show y'all later. Let's go ahead and put the stem in it. All right. So yeah, it's 3/4 ton. I'm gonna put them at 70. It likes it at 70. That's 60. 70 seems like so much, but the truck is so heavy. Trust me, it needs it. It'll squish the 70 PSI sidewalls. Come on. 70. You can already tell it's got a little bit more squish on the sidewall. It's not so straight up and down because it's a 285 width, not a 265 width. And 50%, half of that width, is the sidewall. So, being the tire is wider, it can be a lower profile and still be just as high. And Hoonigan center cap, or air cap. So I'm gonna wash this up, put it on the truck. 3 more to go. Man, that thing is fat. Look at that. I love it. Ugh. Little weight and girthiness to this one. And clean the weights off the back, throw it on the balancer. So I went ahead and took my eraser wheel. I didn't film it, but I went and got all my weights and the extra sticky stuff from the inside of the wheel. Wiped it down so it's nice and clean. We're gonna throw it on the balancer and see how much weight it's gonna need. I got 4 more of these to do tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and knock these out, put them on the truck, and tomorrow, after I get done mounting my other tires on my buddy's Ram, I'm gonna go ahead and wash it up and show you all what it looks like. Let's see, I had to go inside and get a new battery. Look at that sunset. That is gorgeous through the trees. Modified shop. One day I won't be working in a giant carport. I'll have a decent enclosed shop that won't get rained in. But, so I can get this done tomorrow and sell those tires to my buddy. Gotta get it done tonight. Oh, the hiss of leaking air lines. All right, so got the back of the wheel wiped off, all the snot done. Use my eraser wheel to do it. Thank you, Master P. I'm gonna put y'all on the tire mounter and balance his wheel out. So I need to get the big cone and the lock. So roll it up my knee. Slide on the cone. It's got a lock, so it slides on over all the threads. I'll just kind of give it a bear hug and lean it back, get the cone in the seat, tighten it up. Give it a roll. That is a wide tire. All right. Never had a radar tire before. Doesn't look like it'll be loud. It looks awesome. So let's set the machine up. First thing, measure to the rim. I've done it so many times you think I remember it. 9. So we're 9 measurements away. It's a 9-inch wheel. And it's a 20-inch rim. D diameter. All right. So I'm going to set this up. For, I want center mount weights. So, put it on an option, spin it. The machine's struggling to get that one going. That's why you give it a spin first. It doesn't have a lot of wobble to it at all. Nice and smooth. I've had name brand tires that just kind of like warp and bounce whenever you put them on there. Let's see where we're at. Boom. So now it's going to ask me to spin it one more time. And I'm going to put my weights right here where it says ST, right in the center of the rim. I love this part. This is so cool. It's like the tire fits the wheel better. I always say a 2-inch wider section width than your rim is like butter. It's the best thing ever. All right, it's only asking for 2 ounces. All right. Press them things on pretty good so they don't fly off. I was looking for wheels for the truck. I wanted a deeper dish wheel, but those come up on special on eBay, like right before Christmas time. I want to say I got the whole set of wheels brand new for $600. Could not complain. And I got a set of 265 50s, which are 30.5, the stock tire height. And those were only 400, but they're Iron Mans. They didn't last on my truck long. They didn't really like crap. Okay. 2. Give it a spin. See if it tells me to add anything else anywhere else. Another 3/4 ounce right next to the other one I put. So that means we're working in the right direction. It's a big tire. It's a heavy tire. Could have put a bag in it, but I'll do stupid stuff like over 100 miles an hour on that. Let's add a half instead of a 3/4 and see what that goes. I'll spin it till I'm happy with it. I like the dual sidewall pattern on the tires too. You got your choice of like snakes or like mud spikes. I just think the snakes are a little more street friendly. 0. Perfect. I'll take it. That's what we look for. We look for zeros. Yeah, it just looks wider to me. I'm happy with that. Let's go ahead and roll this over here to the truck. Oh, declare for the RCSD project. Stop polishing. It got to be too much. Look, there's my clean spot where the tires rub. I mean, it's just barely, but it's just enough to where you full tilt, you hear it. And these tires being a little bit shorter, they shouldn't rub at all. So I'm gonna mount these up. Like I said before, I got 3 more to do. And after I get done mounting my old tires, which are only about a year old, on my buddy's Ram tomorrow, I'm gonna go ahead and wash it up, take a video, let y'all see the end result. So there's the difference. 285, 265, 50, and 60 profile. It's just a little bit taller because it's skinnier. So it's the next morning. I'm on the last one. Already got over the trash can. There you go. Third one's on, about to drop the last one on.
It weigh about 270, 280. Hell, you ought to be able to do that shit. I can't do that shit no more. See, that was easy for you.
I don't get this 4 times.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Just like that. Nobody's gonna know it's an 8 lug. Man, I feel like it's in them tires. They stick out just right. I don't think they're too off-road looking. The wheels are off-road styled, so I mean, it's not so bad. I was worried about them looking too aggressive, like too knobby, but no, they fit good. They're 3/4 of an inch shorter, so they don't rub, and they're 3/4 of an inch wider, so they give the stance of this truck nice and wide. Wouldn't wash the whole thing down since I had to wash the wheels anyway. But yeah, that thing. I love the snakes on the side. They remind me of old school Cooper Cobras. I don't know if any of y'all had some Cooper Cobras back on your car or your truck back in the day. But man, they were like all-purpose tires. You go mud riding with them, drag racing with them, and did everything good. I had some on an old 76 Buick I used to have. So there's a tire swap on the Gangsta Burb. It's now a mobile Gangsta. It done turned into like a rally car on steroids. Man, I think that thing's cool. So back in the shop, gonna go ahead and get back on the regular cab short bed. Here is the frame. Haven't had a chance to touch it yet. It's only been a couple of days. But my box of parts are over there. I'm gonna go ahead and get this wire brushed and painted. Probably gonna do it off camera, but I'm gonna install all the parts on camera and check out the difference. Since it's going dropped, it will no longer fit on 17-inch wheels. So that means the declads are going on. So catch me next week. Appreciate y'all watching. That's, tire swap on the Burb. And we're going to get back on our CSB project. Catch y'all next week. Later.